Welcome back, strangers. There have been more recent UFO sightings, and the government is more open about them. It almost seems like they're slowly revealing the existence of extraterrestrials. In September, 7 former U.S. Air Force personnel came forward to tell their stories and experiences with UFOs. CNN reports that these men offered detailed accounts of their time serving during the 60s, 70s, and 80s, where they either personally experienced or heard reports from other Air Force personnel who encountered UFOs over American nuclear missile silos. These men acknowledge that UFOs are real, but they aren't the first to do so. From Dan Aykroyd to Larry King to Ronald Reagan, UFO spotters range from people like you and me to presidents. The Telegraph, an English news agency, recently uncovered documents that indicate Winston Churchill had intelligence relating to a UFO sighting, but did not divulge said information for fear that it might disrupt the church. Churchill thought that the existence of aliens might have people questioning their faith and therefore harming the credibility of the church. Whether his reasoning is true or not can be debated until the cows return from their abduction scenarios, but modern religious establishments may not necessarily agree. In 2008, the Associated Press reported that the Vatican's official position on extraterrestrial life is that believing in such existence does not contradict faith in God, and that it's okay for Catholics to do so. Aliens would still be considered God's creatures. Do you believe the government is using media to slowly desensitize us to the revelation of intelligent life in order to prevent widespread panic when aliens are finally confirmed to exist? More recently, it was reported by America Magazine that Brother Guy Consolmagno, a Jesuit astronomer who works with the Vatican Observatory, has said that he would have no problem baptizing aliens. What would you do if they officially announced that we'd made contact with intelligent life? How would it change or affect your life? The increasing number of UFO sightings, or unexplained aerial phenomenon as the military officially describes them, have prompted the United States Navy to introduce new formal procedures for naval pilots to properly document unexplained encounters or events they witness when flying. There have been reports that there's also a reaction to a series of unknown, highly advanced aircraft that have been intruding on sensitive military facilities. In a statement, the Navy said, there have been a number of reports of unauthorized or unidentified aircraft entering various military-controlled ranges and designated airspace in recent years. For safety and security concerns, the Navy and the U.S. Air Force take these reports very seriously and investigates each and every report. As part of this effort, the Navy is updating and formalizing the process by which reports of any such suspected incursions can be made to the proper authorities. A new message to the fleet that will detail the steps for reporting is in draft. It kind of sounds like the Navy is frequently encountering some sort of alien technology or crafts entering into its airspace, because if this was man-made, I would think the United States would retaliate in some way. Do you think the government is being more open about UFOs, or do you think they're using this to distract us from something else? Chris Mellon, a former Pentagon intelligence official and ex-staffer on the Senate Intelligence Committee, said, "It's very mysterious, and they still seem to exceed our aircraft in speed. Truly radical technology. Imagine you see highly advanced vehicles. They appear on radar systems, they look bizarre, and no one knows where they're from. This happens on a recurring basis, and no one does anything." The Washington Post article that this quote was taken from says that military pilots and personnel rarely report UFO and unexplained phenomenon, because it could possibly hurt their careers, and the reports would be kind of swept under the rug. Many of these people who are encouraging this unexplained phenomena are military-trained pilots. Some are engineers and college graduates. They have observed small spherical objects flying in formation. Others say they've seen white, tic-tac-shaped vehicles. Aside from drones, all engines rely on burning fuel to generate power, but these vehicles all had no air intake, no wind, and no exhaust. In the past, UFOs and unexplained aerial phenomena have been treated more as anomalies than threats. In 2017, the Pentagon first confirmed the existence of the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, a government operation launched in 2007 to collect and analyze anomalous aerospace threats. The investigation ranged from advanced aircraft fielded by traditional U.S. adversaries to commercial drones to possible alien encounters. It seems like the government's taking possible threats very seriously now. What would you do if they completely came out and said aliens exist and that they've known since the Roswell crash? On July 8, 1947, Roswell Army Airfield Public Information Officer Walter Haut issued a press release stating that the personnel from the field's 509th Operations Group had recovered a flying disc, which had crashed on a ranch near Roswell. As described in the July 9, 1947 edition of the Roswell Daily Record before the debris was confirmed, in the 1990s, the U.S. military published 2 reports disclosing the true nature of the crashed object: a nuclear test surveillance balloon from Project Mogul, top secret by the U.S. Army Air Forces, involving microphones flown on high-altitude balloons, whose primary purpose was long-distance detection of sound waves generated by Soviet atomic bomb tests. The project was carried out from 1947 until early 1949. It was a classified portion of an unclassified project by the New York University atmospheric researchers. Do you think this is what happened, or was it alien technology, bodies, and the remnants of a crashed spaceship that was recovered and taken to that secret base that would become known as Area 51? On May 15, 1989, Bob Lazar reluctantly came forward with famed investigative reporter George Knapp to reveal his work at Area 51 on a program to study and attempt to reverse engineer an alien power and propulsion system for the United States military. It was an exotic exploitation program to study flying saucers, extraterrestrial spacecraft from another world. We are talking about technology from another technologically advanced civilization who's mastered space and time travel, utilizing the manipulation of gravity, and they're visiting Earth. Bob Lazar is an American businessman who claimed to have worked on reverse engineering extraterrestrial technology at a site called S4 near the Area 51 Groom Lake operating location. Lazar said that the UFOs use gravity wave propulsion and are powered by the element 115. He claims to have read U.S. government briefing documents that describe alien involvement in human affairs over the last 10,000 years. Lazar's claims resulted in bringing the Area 51 site to the attention of the public. Universities from which Lazar claimed to hold degrees show no record of him. He owns and runs a scientific supply company. In 1990, Lazar was convicted of a felony for installing surveillance equipment at a brothel. Do you believe Lazar's claims are true? He makes some extraordinary claims. I've read one of his books, and it seems more like science fiction than fact, but what if it was true? Just a grain of truth, and what he's telling us could change how most people look at the universe. Check out his books at your library, or even on Audible. It's pretty entertaining. What if there are no aliens, and we really are alone in the universe? Is that more terrifying than aliens landing on the White House lawn? What about the Fermi paradox? Nuclear physicist Enrico Fermi was famous for posing thought-provoking questions. In 1950, at Los Alamos National Laboratory, after discussing UFOs over lunch, Fermi asked, "Where is everybody?" He estimated that there were about 300 billion stars in the galaxy, many of them billions of years older than the Sun, with a large percentage of them likely to host habitable planets. Even if intelligent life developed on a very small percentage of these planets, then there should be a number of intelligent civilizations in the galaxy. Depending on the assumptions, one should expect anywhere from tens to tens of thousands of civilizations. With the rocket-based technologies that we've developed for space travel, it would take between 5 and 50 million years for a civilization like ours to colonize our Milky Way galaxy. Since this would have happened several times already in the history of our galaxy, one should wonder where's the evidence of these civilizations? This discrepancy between the expectation that there should be evidence of alien civilizations or visitations and the presumption that no visitations have occurred have been dubbed the Fermi paradox. Carl Sagan correctly summarized the situation by saying that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. The problem is that there's been no single well-documented UFO encounter that would alone qualify as the smoking gun. The situation is exacerbated by the fact that many governments around the world have covered up and classified information about such encounters. But there are enough scraps of evidence that suggest that the problem needs to be open to scientific study. Do you think this may be the reason that we haven't heard from the little green or gray men from space? Instead, what if we're living in the terrible backwater part of space, and the universe is really like Star Wars, but aliens just lock their doors when they drive by Earth? Or is it too expensive for them to travel here? Should we build a giant laser to attract aliens to Earth? A new study proposes that laser technology on Earth could, in principle, be fashioned into something of a planetary porch light, a beacon strong enough to attract attention from as far as 20,000 light years away. Plot twist, they're already here, according to many believers. The laser would be able to reach out further and faster than our recent radio transmissions have, and may show the universe that there is intelligent life on Earth. This is important because another study last year suggested that we live in the middle of bumfuck nowhere in the universe. We may live in what scientists consider the largest cosmic void in the universe, a cosmic desert, a region of space largely devoid of other galaxies, stars, and planets, according to a new study. This may be why we've yet to encounter intelligent life in the universe. We're just too far away. Maybe they know about us, but it's too difficult or expensive to travel the vast distance to Earth to make contact. So should we leave the front porch light on for the aliens, at least letting them know that we're single and ready to mingle on the third rock from the sun? Should we even be trying to attract aliens to Earth? From sending radio waves out to distant stars and the Voyager probe out past our solar system, are we going to accidentally doom humanity to evil aliens? Or what if we're the evil aliens and that's why we haven't been visited? One theory I read is that aliens will not visit Earth because of humanity's violence towards each other and our destruction of the only planet we call home. Our use of nuclear weapons on each other and continued wars against one another makes other intelligent life forms leery of making themselves known or coming to our planet because they'd rather leave us behind until we evolve past our current state. What do you think, strangers? Have we been visited before, or are aliens just too scared to come here? You never know. South Park may have been right, and Earth may just be the universe's zoo, and we're all just stars of some crazy galactic reality TV show. Imagine what they must have thought when they found out that Johnny Fairplay's grandmother wasn't actually dead on that one Survivor season. You can't write reality TV that good, even if you were aliens. Thanks, strangers, for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to help us support our channel, please give this video a like, a kind comment, and share it with a friend or a stranger online. It helps us out more than you could ever know. We release new videos every Wednesday, and we do a live podcast every Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on the paranormal and unsolved mysteries with awesome guests. Subscribe and smash that bell button so you don't miss out. And as always, stay strange.